Hello everybody, and welcome to your 21-day fix walkthrough. You should have already gotten your package, or if not, watch this video when you do. You're going to get this book with it, your 21-day fix eating plan, and I'm going to walk you through some of the most important pages and things that you'll need to know in order to get started on this program. So let's get started. I want you to open up to page 4, get started in 5 simple steps. And we're going to put yourself into a calorie bracket. Now, this calorie bracket is calculated at the beginning of each time you run through this program. So if you do a second round or a third round of this, you'll want to recalculate your bracket. But for the full 21 days, you stay within this bracket. This bracket is going to determine how many containers of each color you're allowed for each day. So let's go through the calculation. You might need a pen and a paper, but I have pretty much calculated it all for you. So here we go. All right, so you want to take your current weight and multiply it by 11, and that is your calorie baseline, the baseline of your calories. And then you're going to take that number and add 400, which is your fixed calorie burn. You burn about 400 calories in that 30-minute workout, believe it or not, and that's your caloric need. You take your caloric need and you subtract 750, which is your caloric deficit, what we're trying to decrease from the amount so that you're every day losing weight, and that'll be your caloric target. So, for example, if you are 130 pounds, you will be in bracket 1. If you're 140, 150, or even 160 pounds, you'll be in bracket 1. If you're 170, 180, or 190 pounds, you'll be in bracket 2. If you're 200, 210, or 220 pounds, you'll be in bracket 3. And if you're 230, 240, or 250 pounds, you'll be in bracket 4. If you are less than 130 pounds, you'll be in bracket 1. And if you are more than 250 pounds, you'll be in bracket 4. And then it tells you which containers you are to eat, how many. So that's on page 19. It looks like this chart here. And it tells you very simply calorie bracket 1, 2, 3, and 4, and how many containers of each color you're supposed to have. These are teaspoons here. So if you're in calorie bracket 1, you get 3 green, 2 purple, 4 red, 2 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 2 teaspoons. If you're in calorie bracket 2, you get 4 green, 3 purple, 4 red, 3 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 4 teaspoons. And these teaspoons are your healthy fats. If you're in calorie bracket 3, you get 5 green, 3 purple, 5 red, 4 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 5 teaspoons of your healthy fat. And if you're in calorie bracket 4, you get 6 green, 4 purple, 6 red, 4 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 6 teaspoons of your healthy fat. Now, I want you to go to page 6 because we're going to talk about the 2 different types of ways that you can access the best results for you. So there's something called the energy balancer, and there's something called the fat burner. And you need to decide what you need for yourself and what you want to do this round of the 21-day fix that best suits your needs. So if you're really into gaining more energy and you need to balance your energy, then I would suggest you go with the energy balancer. And what that means is you're going to have 3 meals and 2 snacks a day. You're going to place them 2 to 3 hours apart from each other. And what you'll do is you'll use whatever variety of containers you want for your meals. And then whichever ones you didn't get to, those are the ones you're going to use for your snacks. And I would suggest, actually, for both the fat burner and the energy balancer, when you know it's time to eat is by waiting for you to be hungry. And the first few days, you're gonna have to look at the clock and say, okay, it's been 2.5, 3 hours, time to eat. But you'll notice very quickly that your metabolism is paying attention and working. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna feel satisfied and full, and boom, you're hungry. And that means your body has digested everything that you've put in it, and it's empty and it's ready for more. As opposed to when we're not watching our calories and our portion control, we are very often eating till we feel stuffed beyond satisfied, which we think is satisfied. And our body takes forever to digest. You're giving your body all this It's going to digest this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and it's time to eat again, and you dump more food in. And then it digests this and this and this, but none of this has been digested yet. So the way this works is you're going to feed your body. You're going to feel full and satisfied. You're going to digest it, and boom, ravishing hunger. Feed it again. Boom, hungry. And the way that works is you're only eating when you're hungry. You're allowing your body the time to digest everything that it needs to before you refuel it, so nothing's being stored as fat. Now, the fat burning method might be better for you as opposed to the energy balancer. And if you choose to do the fat burning method, then you're going to have 6 meals a day, and you're going to place them 2 hours apart from each other. So set a timer, and like clockwork, 2 hours, at least the first 3 days, maybe even just the first 2 days, set a timer to stick to this. And eventually your body's just going to tell you, I'm hungry, let's eat. I'm hungry, let's eat. So the way you do this is you use all of your containers for all of your meals, but your purple, which is your fruit, and your yellow, which is your carbs, you want to make sure those have been completed before 6 p.m. Now, if you work the night shift, or your time that you're awake and your schedule is just flipped from most people, then you're going to need to flip your schedule here, and I can work with you if you need help to do that. But for someone who's up in the morning when the sun rises and goes to bed at night after the sun sets, you want the yellow and purple container, your fruits and your carbs, to be fully consumed before 6 p.m. because they have the most sugars in them. They break down into sugar, and sugar turns into fat. You want to eat them with enough time to burn them off before you go to sleep, so it doesn't just sit there. Okay, so that is pretty much it. You want to make sure that you have your you figured out your calorie levels, so you know your calorie bracket. That's on page 4. And then you want to decide if you're going to do the energy balancer or the fat burner. That's on page 6. And then what I want you to see next, oh, and then you want to see how many containers of each color you get on page 19. But then what I want you to see is right after they talk about the pages, we are talking about what each container is. So there's a list in here. Green containers are veggies, and these are all the approved veggies on the list. There's tons. Flip the page, same thing for purple, your fruits. A huge list that's available to you. And they go through and they do each and every container individually. So let's talk about how you're going to plan your meals. If you're in my challenge groups, I provide you with some shopping lists and some meal guides and some recipes. But if you want to do it on your own, you're welcome to do that. And I encourage you to do that and try new foods. So you're going to open up the page. Let's say we're here on red, our proteins, okay? And I want you to go through and I want you to mark 4 or 5 things that you really enjoy, or things that you've never tried and you want to enjoy for the week. So take it 1 week at a time. Check off 4 or 5 things. And I want you to go through each page for each container and check off 4 or 5 things. And that's going to be your shopping list. And then the next week, you can choose different things on the list or things that you've really enjoyed. And this will be a nice way to know what to buy to keep you satisfied throughout this week. As far as the teaspoons are your healthy fats. These are fats that your body needs and wants and craves, but in moderation. So it's just a teaspoon. You get 2 a day if you are in bracket 1. You get 4 a day if you're in bracket 2. You get 5 a day if you're in bracket 3, and you get 6 a day if you're in bracket 4. These can be your EVOO, your extra virgin olive oil that you can use for cooking, your coconut oil, you can use that for cooking. If you use oil in your salad, that can count. It can be peanut butter. Peanut butter has a lot of healthy fat in there. And my favorite, avocado. I love avocado. It's about 1/4 of an avocado is a teaspoon. So the program does not come with the teaspoons. You have to use that on your own. If you don't have measuring spoons, a teaspoon is your regular kitchen spoon. You know, sometimes in the set there's a small spoon and a big spoon, like the soup spoon and the yogurt spoon. This would be the yogurt spoon, the smaller spoon of the 2. That's a teaspoon. So you just fill that up and eat it. Now, for free foods, of course, waters are fine, decaf, teas are fine. vinegars, mustards, anything like that, ginger, garlic, all of these are free. You can have them unlimitedly, and they have all the spices that you can have. Any spices that you want are available on this program, with the exception of salt. Salt has you hold on to salt in your body, it bloats you, and you don't want that extra water retention, so you definitely want to give up the salt if you can. And you know, everything has salt in it. All the processed food, you guys eat so much salt when you don't even realize it. Me too. So we don't want to add salt to anything. Okay, so if you need a treat on this program, that's on page 38. You are entitled to a treat on the regular 21-day fix program. You are not allowed on the 21-day fix extreme. But if you have the 21-day fix program, then you are allowed to have milks, almond milks, you're allowed to have some wine, you're allowed to have some chocolate, but you have to limit it to 3 times a week. And if you really enjoy certain containers, for example, I love carbs, so that yellow container is my favorite, and I only get 2 a day. So I use them sparingly. I use them as treats. I love sweet potatoes. I don't know necessarily that I want to give up a yellow container for some wine, but you can. So what's going to happen here is all the beverages that you can flip out, switch out 3 times a week, it'll count as a yellow container. And it's cow's milk, 8 ounces, soy milk, unsweetened for 8 ounces or sweetened for 6 ounces, coconut water, rice milk, wine is 4 ounces. So what you can do is take your Shakeology cup. I just finished drinking mine, so it's full and dirty, but you have a measuring tool here on the side. This one doesn't. Oh, yes, it does. They all do, but I can't see it because I just drank this. Okay, and you have here, I don't know if you can see it, but on the side, there's a whole measuring tool here. So you can use your Shakeology cup as a measuring tool, but then just take it out of your counting for a yellow container. For treats, you can check here in the book on your own on page 39, but you can have a dried fruit medley, you can have chocolate chips, you can have tortilla chips, you can have banana oatmeal cookies, and they count for different things that you'll be replacing. Again, treats are only 3 times a week, which is pretty amazing on a workout program that's going to get you to shed all this weight quickly. So use it sparingly or don't use it at all. It's up to you, but that is there if you need it. The book gives you a bunch of recipes in here. It tells you how to make some nice spices, some combinations of spices. It gives you mixed stir-fry vegetables, egg recipes, tempeh, chicken, fish, beef, everything's in here. Of course, if you wanted to expand your recipe list, you could get the Fix8 cookbook, which is right here. The Fix8 cookbook is made for this program. Autumn Calabrese, the creator of 21 Day Fix, created this cookbook with 101 recipes, which are amazing and delicious. And you can look at the pictures, which are scrumptious. They give you a simple ingredient list, simple recipe, and the equivalent to the containers. And it has snacks, it has dinners, it has salads, it has breakfasts, it has treats, cookies, it has sushi type things. Okay, it has tons of stuff. This book is delicious and amazing. So it's Fix8, and you can get that on the teambeachbody.com website. And that can help you with this program as well. But I will provide you with some recipes. I will give you some of those recipes. And of course, there are a few recipes here in this book. And there was one more thing I wanted to tell you. Oh, there are also Shakeology recipes back here. If you want to use your Shakeology as a base, there are lots of Shakeologies of things that you can add, Shakeology recipes. You can even make a protein bar out of it. And it tells you how many containers. And there's a restaurant guide in the back. So if you have to take yourself to a restaurant in the 21 days, it tells you how you can still be on this program, not fall off, and stick to it. So you can go through that. And this is what I wanted to tell you, remember now. So there are tally sheets in the back. You can make a photocopy of it. I also post in our group some of the printed out versions that you can print out or just look at. And basically it tells you meal 1 through 6, total, how many waters, and you check it off. If you don't want to make lots of copies and carry papers around and you don't want to write in your book, 21 Day Fix app. It's a lifesaver. So basically, let me pull it up for you really fast. It's called the 21 Day Fit Tracker. It opens up. I don't know if you can see it well with the glare, but you go to the introduction, and then it'll tell you about each container. So if you're like at some store or grocery store or restaurant and you don't know what a red container is, you click the red container and it gives you that whole list. So that's good when you go grocery shopping if you don't want to bring the book with you. But then you go to 21 Day Fix and you can click on the day that you're on. I'm not sure that you can see this, so it might not be helpful, but you click on the day that you're on, and when you've eaten something, you click and it'll keep track for you and makes it very, very easy. And then the last thing is for your water intake. You want to take the amount that you weigh, the pounds that you weigh. So let's say you weigh 200 pounds and you want to divide that in half. So that's 100. Convert that to ounces, so 100 ounces, and that's how much water you're supposed to drink. Okay, so you want to drink half of your weight in ounces in water a day. Usually it's between 7 and 10 glasses a day. And there are tricks and tips about that in our Facebook group. So that is your 21 Day Fix walkthrough. If you have the on-demand, you can stream these online on your tablet, on your laptop, on your computer, on your phone, whatever, and take your workouts with you. They're only 30 minutes a day. That's 2% of your day. So you definitely want to get them in. And for some people, it's best to get them in the morning. Then it's out of the way. You don't have to think about it the rest of the day. You just got to work on the meal plan. Some people like to go to work, do their whole thing, and get that workout in at the end of the day. So figure it out, play around, decide what's best for you, and then think about when is the best time to drink your Shakeology. I sometimes like to wake up and have it as my breakfast. Sometimes I like to have it as my after workout treat. And other times I'm working really late at night and I'm so hungry. And you know, sometimes when you're up late at night, hunger, the feeling of hunger is really the feeling of tired, and your body confuses it. So I'll just drink a Shakeology as opposed to eating a whole meal, and it feels amazing. So good luck. I'm here if you have questions. And if you know anybody else that wants to do this program with you, have them contact me, mycoachmelissa.com, or they can go to teambeachbody.com/revampedlife. Good luck.